Hello, welcome everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful first month of the year. But today I am bringing you my print Sidon illustration I worked really hard on. It took me about a few weeks to work on this. Originally I did it on my sketchbook and then I was going to transfer it onto watercolor paper. But I had such a hard time trying to do that that I just kind of gave up, and then like 2 weeks later I'm like, oh, I'll just do this digitally. You're seeing now. I don't know why I have a hard time transferring things like illustrations onto watercolor paper. I just hate redrawing it like that, especially on pencil. If I'm doing it digitally, it's more like inking it because I'm just going over it. You saw me working on it on my sketchbook, and then I took a photo of it on my iPad, and then I was fixing it on Procreate, like the proportions, which you kind of saw a little bit of. I didn't film too much of that process, but basically the proportions were kind of off because I was drawing him on an angle that his like body proportions, if you look at it, looked really like off. It just didn't, he looked really short. So I had to fix that because he's not a short fish, he's a pretty tall fish. So I fixed that, and then I decided to just start inking it. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm using like a rough like pencil kind of texture for the inking because I feel like when I use like the smooth outline, it looks too, I don't know, plasticky for me. It works well for some stuff, but not for like this kind of illustrations. So for this design, this is actually my second time designing a print Sidon jacket or outfit. The first time I did it, I think it was like 3-4 years ago now. I guess 4 years ago now, jeez. How long has it been? It's been some time. I'll actually show you guys a comparison. Like I'll show you the illustration I did 4 years ago at the end of the video, and I'll show you the new one. So you guys can compare how much I've grown since then. But I love print Sidon, and I was never happy with my first design, which is why I decided to make a new one, and I've been wanting to re-cosplay him for a long time. But again, I wasn't happy with my jacket and the design of it, and it didn't work well, and I learned from my mistakes. So I incorporated what I learned into this outfit. So for this outfit, I really I kind of kept the same kind of general look of the jacket from the original. I really liked the like a general's outfit for him because he's a prince, but he's loyal, and he's just like, I'm ready to fight for my peeps. So I wanted to give that look for him, but I want to say a little more like elaborate and fancy for him because he's a beautiful person. You want to give him everything. But for the outfit, I decided to like incorporate the jewelry he has into the jacket, so they're not separate, they're all into one thing. Because I'm very confident with like most of my sewing skills, but like my jewelry skills are not very good. And when I first made this, my jewelry kept falling apart, and I did so much work trying to fix the jewelry. I've never done so much work on an outfit at all. So from that mistake, I decided it'd be more fun to incorporate designs into the jacket, which I think it looked pretty sweet because he's just such a red fish. Like there's so much red in his design that if you incorporate like textures and design elements into him, he looks pretty cool, which is why I really wanted to like have that more of an element to it. Now for the red, I decided to add more of the yellow and blues because those are so pretty. You don't really see them a lot on him, but he has those yellows and blues on the shoulders and under fins, and like you'll see later on, but I added some more of that, and it helped break up all that red color because with so much red it just kind of starts hurting to look at, and it's just overwhelming. I also wanted to add more texture. I really like having, when you use like a lot of the same color for an outfit, it's nice using textures of the same color, which is what I did for the sleeves. I really wanted some more texture for that to help break up all that just sameness. And I'm pretty happy with the design. I can't wait to actually make this because I'm pretty sure I'll change a few things as I go on, but for now I'm pretty excited about it. Like for the belt he usually wears, I incorporate that like in the bottom of his like vest. And I think it looks pretty sweet. I'll find out. I'll probably redo some things as I go on. Here you can totally see, like, yeah, I started adding more of the color. I thought, like, you know what, maybe something a little more fun. So like a scarf, like a hip scarf. And because he has those colors underneath his fins, it just made sense having like that extra flowiness to it, especially since I don't have those like chains that he usually wears on his belt. But basically just have fun playing with the design. I really enjoy this so much. Like, I love redesigning characters so much. Like, it's a lot of fun, especially if you like, you know, the character, and if you just want to like make it extra fun. And it's cosplaying, you can have as much fun as you want, and you can have as much creative liberty as you want. Here you can totally see it. I decided to add like a little Link keychain. I really wanted to have like Link on my outfit somewhere, and I thought like Sidon would totally have Link on him as a little keychain, and I think I'm pretty happy with it. And again, have as much fun as you want. Like, there's nothing stopping you except for yourself. Like, it's a whole design aspect, and if long as it like shows the character, like people understand who the character is, it's okay to play around with the design. And for the ankle armor, that fish, I'll insert a photo if I remember right now of what that fish is. That's actually a building in Breath of the Wild. That is Zoran's Domain. Zoran's Domain is an actual giant fish building, which I think is pretty cool looking. You don't really get to see it unless you're really far away. So I wanted to like add that kind of element in him, or on him, not him, on him. And I decided to do the little ankle like armor and just have a little more fun with it. But for the shoes, it took me a long time to figure out what to do for the shoes. That's why I did last, but I'm pretty happy. Sometimes if you can't figure out what you want to do, it's always good to like leave it off until you have a better understanding to do it. And I'm quite happy. I didn't want anything too elaborate, especially since the top is quite elaborate, and then it just kind of starts like digressing downwards, that I didn't want like the eye to be too like overwhelmed. Especially like there's so much detail on this piece. I'm just like, it was overwhelming trying to like do it first, and then eventually you just learn how to like balance everything. Again, the colors really help balance, and like if you have a lot of the sameness, it's nice to break it up with some texture. But like too much texture could like break it as well. So you gotta be careful. It's all about designing like in elements. You just gotta kind of understand what works with your eyes, like what helps move your eyes across the illustration so that it doesn't like break up anything. If you know, I don't know how I'm gonna explain that, but that's how I'm saying it. Okay, we are at the finished product. I hope you guys liked the process of this. I had a blast, even though it took me a long time. But here it is. I am super happy with it. I have full illustration, a bit of a sketch of the fish, and a bit of the sketch of the back of the jacket. I wanted the jacket to be more simpler since the front will be more elaborate, and the fish, his tail will usually just cover the back anyways, so you won't get to see much of it. But this is the original one, and as promised, I'll show you what the older one is. I think like 4 years ago, and here it is. Very different. I'm not totally like mad at the original one. Like, you have to start somewhere, that's for sure. And I definitely went through a long process of figuring out how I work with designing stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Let's now compare the two side by side. Oh, look at that. It's definitely improved a lot. I definitely went very simple at the beginning because I was afraid to change too much of it. Like, I knew I was gonna have something a little bit more unique, not like his traditional look, but I didn't play around with it too much. And then for the new one, I just went all out. I just don't care anymore. Like, I want to have fun with it, and that's what you should do when you're designing characters. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I ramble a lot. I have no idea how to talk. You guys should know that by now. But if you guys enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't, just don't do anything at all. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye.